Hello there, weary travelers. It is I, the Gamer of Legends. And you're probably wondering, why haven't I posted a video in a while? Well, I've been pretty busy with a bunch of personal stuff. But anyway, I'm back with a new video talking about Nintendo Direct that just launched today. And it had some pretty saucy information I did want to talk about. Let's start with the first trailer that launched of the Nintendo Direct, the new character in Smash, Pyra, from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, for those who do not know who Pyra is, she is a blade. More specifically, the Aegis, one of the strongest blades. Now, me being a Xenoblade Chronicles fan, I was so happy. People wanted this to happen ever since 2017, when Rex and Pyra first aired. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 first came to Switch. However, we were only able to get a Mii costume at the time. Now she's in Smash Ultimate. I was so happy to finally get another Xenoblade Chronicles character here. You honestly could not convince me otherwise. I had a bunch of old videos that I did delete, but I had a top 5 Smash characters I want in Smash. One of them, well, 2 of them more specifically, were literally Xenoblade Chronicles characters and Final Fantasy characters. You know why? Fun fact, one of them was Sephiroth, so I did get one of my wishes come true. I honestly was super happy to finally see that, Pyra and Mithra. Mithra is also added to as an alternate costume. For those who don't know how it will work, it will probably work the same way as, male and female Byleth and male and female Robin, where you could just switch between the two. Well, Byleth and Byleth, sorry. Byleth, real quick, I just want to touch upon this. Byleth is the boy and Byleth is the girl, if I remember correctly. They're 2 completely different names. I know, it's very confusing, but it's a thing. Also, in another old video, I literally was just ratting out Super Smash Brothers for just adding Byleth instead of Rex and Pyra. But now that we finally got Pyra and Mithra in the game, it is pretty cool to see. Their stage is also something that I was super happy to see, as it is Gramps is back. So for those who don't know, Gramps is actually a character in Xenoblade Chronicles. He was one of the first 2 characters that we were introduced to. He is a Titan. He flies around the Cloud Sea, going past all the Titans that we see, that we get to walk around in the game. Not only that, but also different party members come and say hi during the battle, which I thought was amazing. I just can't wait to see what kind of music we get for this stage, and also something else to actually play as Pyra. Now, you're probably wondering, if you played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you probably would know about Mithra. So for those who do not know, Mithra is basically like a split personality from Pyra, the original Aegis. So Pyra is like a part of the Aegis it's like a weaker version of the Aegis, that way it doesn't, everything doesn't just blow up immediately, and because Pyra was just that powerful. Mithra was just that powerful, and now we get to actually see Mithra. I thought it was pretty cool. I do like the costume changes they did add to it. I actually did notice that. So if you played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you will... Well, this is the only thing I will touch upon. They put stockings on Mithra in Smash. I do like the stockings. They do look pretty nice. I will not mention anything else about her costume beyond that. It is child-friendly. Don't worry. It's child-approved. It's not like anything in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I will be making a video on that, however. Just not mentioning... Just real quick, it is a rated-T game, so if your children are 10 and under, I would not suggest giving them this game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 X, which is the second installment of the game. I know it's weird. And then the original Xenoblade Chronicles, which comes on the Wii and Nintendo Switch. There is a remake, which is the definitive edition. I would not suggest giving any of these to children that are ages 10 and under, because language and also clothing that I honestly do not like using blades that are revealing. That's all I shall say about that. But anyways, moving on. Before we do move on from Pyra, there's one thing I do want to mention that I really liked Nintendo paying attention to. So in the Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there was a DLC pack that you could get where you can basically play this thing called the No Pawn Arcsage, which pretty much, if you don't know who he is, it gives you a bunch of challenges and you can get pretty sick rewards and sometimes alternate costumes and also gems. Like, that was for the original. Then they made it for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But not only that, but you can also get Shulk and Fiora, two of the original characters from the original Xenoblade Chronicles game. Then, if you watch the trailer for Pyra till the very end, it will actually show a scene where Shulk actually remembers them and says, I didn't expect to see you two here. Then Shulk pulls out the Monado, but we're now in Smash, so I won't be holding back. So I won't hold anything back. That's what he says. And Mithra says, fighting words. Switches to Pyra and says, you're forgetting. We're also a fighter too. I was super excited to just see Nintendo add that little detail. Like, yeah, sure, Shulk was in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Sure, he was for DLC, but he was still there. I thought it was cool that he remembered Pyra and Mithra and got to just talk to them. Also, final smashes for Pyra and Mithra are pretty cool. We have Sacred Arrow, which is Mithra's final smash, and then Fiery Sword, which is Pyra's final smash. It's also done with Rex, which I thought was pretty genius. Which I thought was pretty cool. I thought they were just going to use the chain attack, which is also a thing, but they didn't, which I kind of liked. Anyway, moving on, we also have DLC coming for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which I am also excited for. You have no clue how excited I am for the DLC. I already bought Legend of the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game, and I love it to death. It is so good. Especially compared to the original. The original is pretty good. I do also own the original and have played through it before on the Wii without DLC. I have the Legends version from my Nintendo 3DS, and I got it for Christmas, and I've been playing it a good bit. I'm actually already level 72, and that's just Link alone. I think I played that game a little bit too much. But again, I'm super excited to see DLC for the Nintendo's for one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games. One of my personal favorites. By the way, I will be doing a tier list of my favorite characters in Smash of all time, by the way, which will hopefully be coming soon. I am going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this because I'm just limiting my phone as of the moment, but I will try to do it. And one more thing I do want to just quickly touch upon is Skyward Sword, which is the first Zelda game canonically through the timeline, the first of how everything else happened, like the events of Four Swords and Ocarina of Time, the first Zelda game that not to come out, but to start the timeline, is finally coming to the Nintendo Switch. This was teased when a little while after Nintendo Switch was released, and Nintendo had its Legend of Zelda anniversary. It was so well done, and one of the directors for that event actually said, "Wouldn't you love to see the Nintendo Switch have to play Skyward Sword on the Nintendo Switch?" And I'm like, yes! And we finally get that. There has been no new updates to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the sequel. So this shall hold us off for now. Which is something I do want to touch upon is the joint, which is motion controls. They did bring that back in the version of its two joint cons, which I thought was pretty cool. Your right arm being the sword, like Link, because Link's mostly right-handed in most of his games. Sometimes he's left, but mostly right. And then the shield's your left, which I thought was pretty cool. Plus, you can also play it handheld with buttons using the right Joy-Con as the slasher sword in the game, which I thought was amazing. Plus, they're coming out with custom Joy-Cons for this event, which I thought was amazing. They look so good. If you guys have not seen Nintendo Direct yet, you should watch it. It is an hour long, but it is worth it. It has so many good games, but I'm only touching upon the ones that the information that I thought was the most important. Also, it looks like we're getting add-on to Splatoon as well, which is pretty cool. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy. But remember, before you leave, weary travelers, do not forget to define your legend. I will see you later.